Blake says thoughts on the BSD Revolution hub. Okay, good. I'm going to use this and make it like a video format. So anyway, Blake says thoughts on the BSD Revolution hub. As you guys know, I bought this hub, this one behind me, a few months ago. It's a BSD Revolution. I was excited about it because it doesn't have any slack and you don't have to pedal backwards when you fakie. And so what I wanted to do, I hate free coasters mostly because of the slack. And what I wanted to do was get this hub and start to do different fakie combinations and fakie tricks and not have to worry about slack. And so I bought it. I was really excited about it. It's like $350. It's a stupid amount of money, but I was excited. Okay, got it, put it on the bike, and it took a little bit to get used to because I was unsure about it. And here are the things I like about it. The BSD Revolution hub is fun to fakie with. You don't have any slack, so that's good if you're a slack hater like me. And that's pretty much it. It's a great hub. Now, I want to point out the cons. Here's the deal. I guess the way I'm going to list it, there's more cons than pros, but it's not a bad hub. The cons are not a big deal to me. To some people, they might be a big deal, but one of the biggest cons is that sometimes it'll engage, and that can cause you to mistrust it a little bit. Like, let's say you're going at a stair set, you're going to 180 down a 10 stair, and you're like, I really hope my hub doesn't engage. That's a terrible feeling. You want to know 100% that your hub's not going to engage. And if you roll up a bank and fakie down, sometimes it'll engage there. If you do a grind to fakie, sometimes it'll engage there. There's just little things that it will engage on, and it's a really uncomfortable feeling because you don't have full confidence in it. That's one thing. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen, and you're like, I don't know if I trust this hub very much. The second thing is the lock nut that screws into it and keeps the system compressed and keeps it tight from the manufacturer doesn't have Loctite or anything. And so in the first month of riding it, I would pedal and it would skip about half a crank. And I was like, what's going on? This is worse than free coaster slack. It drove me crazy. And then I read about it a little bit and they said, just tighten that nut. It comes loose sometimes. It's like, $350 hub, the nut sometimes comes loose and you got to take your whole thing apart to tighten. Like, come on, that's annoying. That's super annoying. So I took it off. I put Loctite on it. Haven't had an issue since, but that was really annoying. Third thing, it's very expensive. For something that much, you want to, I don't know. It's like paying $50,000 for a $20,000 car, or $50,000 for a car, and then it performing like a $20,000 car. You're like, why didn't I just buy a $20,000 car? If this isn't going to be the best of the best quality, why does it cost so much? So that's another thing. It's a little bit expensive, but like I said, Dance Comp lowered their prices on it. And so that is good news. That makes it a little bit more affordable. And for a lower, here's the thing. If this hub was $200, $250, I wouldn't complain about it randomly engaging. I wouldn't complain about little things like that because that's what you get, that's what you get. But $350 for a hub and it's doing all this goofy stuff. Come on. Anyway, that drives me crazy. But other than that, it's a little bit heavy, but other than that, I love it and I wouldn't trade it. I would keep riding this thing till the end of time until they develop a better one, a more reliable one. But I really, really, really have a lot of fun on it. It does, like I said, engage sometimes, but not too bad. And not having the slack makes it all worth it. That's the moral of the story.